everybody. It's your old pal Brian. It's Friday the something another. Maybe the 19th? Let's have a look. The 18th, October 18th. And we're at, and by we I mean me, at the Lake Toxaway Community Center. Tonight we will be eating a sumptuous meal of I don't know what, but this is our last shindig for the season. It's actually, usually they run out October, but I guess probably with, you know, the hurricane and things getting screwed up, they are probably just running it out. I have my motors plugged in most likely backwards on this thing, and that's why it decided to not arm correctly. But yeah, I'm gonna slip down to the field. Oh look, kids are here, and let's fly the twin. I think this is the only twin I have besides the Ultra Micro EDF. That is the Hog, the UMX A10. Don't think I have anything else that are actual twins. The helicopters don't count because they're, you know, there are twin motors. Those are two different things. I need to find some of these O-rings that don't self-disintegrate. I think I mentioned it the other day. There's a guy, a YouTube guy who, isn't it beautiful? Shoot, I might be able to fly my helicopter down here. It's a YouTube guy that actually has these bad boys. Yeah, I got a pocket full of batteries. Got a pocket full of kryptonite. Hey, before I forget, shout out to Rick Azir. You're on my mind, but not enough to remember to freaking say hi-de ho.
Switch warning, 0 volts, throttle hold, flaps at middle rate, stabilization on.
Kind of figured out why, and that's because
Battery critical.
you're not on
battery 4. Battery critical.
you're not on Bookface with us. Let's see if I have
Battery critical.
Let's see if I have battery telemetry. Nothing.
Battery critical. Low battery.
Why don't I have?
1.5 volts.
Oh, we have more voltage than that.
Battery critical.
But yeah,
Battery
hi-de ho.
low battery. Battery critical.
There we go. Okay, so it was red the other way. Alrighty.
12.5 volts.
Yay. What else? Yeah, did a mega blather yesterday, so not a whole lot extra going on. It's just, there's just no nice way of packing my stuff in here. Yeah, so hopefully everyone is doing well. I am. My wife and I seldom spend time away from each other, and we're having to do that today because she's celebrating her 50th class reunion, as I discussed yesterday. So she's all jazzed about it, and I'm jazzed for her. Of course, last night I didn't sleep. I never do when she's away. So literally up at midnight and
12.5 volts.
watched TV. Thank goodness don't know if you've ever seen the engineering guy
Throttle active.
getting
Throttle
smarter
active.
every day. Taking off. Heck of a great guy. He's doing a submarine series, about everything you'd want to know, from pooping to holy crap! I gotta get the
12.3 volts.
gotta get my back to the sun. Back turned towards the sun. Oh man, that is insanely bright and has damaged my eyes already. So where are we at? Had a blast out here yesterday, just lovely.
12.2 volts.
My RV park where I'm at, just great folks, but unfortunately their Wi-Fi, they have like two Wi-Fi, they have a number of Wi-Fi hotspots, and the ones that I need are dead or missing because they died. They're gonna replace them. Tried using their Starlink, but the router is just not enough. Finally ended up going and sitting over there near their office, and
11.9 volts.
well, let's unceremoniously land here. Yeah, so their Starlink, I just don't have any Wi-Fi, and I'm using my ghetto solution, which I absolutely love.
Volts.
Come on now, turn on. There we go. But it's slow on the upload. I think because they had a storm here, what they ended up doing was limiting upload speeds.
12.1 volts.
So you're talking about like I mean, just hardly any speed. The little girl knelt down and touched the plane over there.
Volts.
Keep this thing out of the trees. I'd like a little more throw, and I can do that. See if I can get a thumbnail here.
11.7 volts.
Okay, cool. They didn't wreck my plane. That's awesome. Had a real nice time talking with the co-owner of the RV place, Miss Melissa. She's a doll. Got to see her husband today as well. Wifey doesn't return until Sunday evening. There will be a celebration, Dale, because
11.7 volts.
as you know, we like to read scripture a lot. Keep this thing out of the trees. My right eye is fried. I actually started getting nervous. I had an appointment for my eye exam when I got home, which I thought was going to be like on the 15th of November, but that actually is not true. I don't get home until the 18th, so I had to call and make new arrangements. Man, that food smells good all the way over here.
11.6 volts.
They're probably going to up my dosage on my shot I take. What happens, since we have time to kill, just you and I, is the semaglutide makes my pancreas work harder, reduces my motility, slows my system down, stops my appetite, and one other thing I can never remember. but I think the human body figures it out after a while. So each year I've had to go up slightly on a dose, and that must be why there are about 15 different doses of the stuff. And killing your appetite for about 3 or 4 days is good for you, believe it or not. In fact, I've surmised that we really need to weigh what we weighed when we were, let's say, at our
11.4 volts.
salad days. You know, when you were 18. The friggin' insurance companies are right. They are. Anyhow, this amazing medicine starts to wear off by about Thursday evening. Just love this thing. Love them all. And as such, my appetite comes back with a fair vengeance by the weekend. It's neat. Early considerations of the medicine, which is called Monjero. It's the King Kong of Ozempics.
11.3 volts.
My daughter-in-law, who has rich people sit in her chair as a high-end hairstylist, indicated quite clearly that her patients who are using it to get into their prom dress or their class reunion dress.
11.2 volts.
Also found that their whatever addictive behavior they had, either alcohol or gambling or whatever, started to fall by the wayside. Huh. That's interesting. Colloquial observations. Well, they just got through finishing up a study, and it said just that. Shout outs to Dale, M. Finn, who will never see this.
11.2 volts.
All the other miscreants. Of course, Renfield, he and I have been visiting a bit since he was crappy enough to get me hooked on little tiny scale helicopters. Hey man, have you seen that fly-wing version of the Bell 208? Holy crap. I just don't have that kind of money. The new ESC that I had to put on here
11.3 volts.
defaulted to free spinning, and my old one doesn't spin, which is funny as hell. My old new one doesn't spin when the throttle's let off. Love this thing. Man, it's smooth. I swear, if you had smell-o-vision, it's just lovely. What else? So today, just kind of hung out, slept in till about, I don't know, 7 or 8. The dog got me up. She was hungry. Refed her. She got into something and upset her GI, and I fed her yesterday just a little bit, and that was a mistake. It lit her GI up again as I starved her through the night, and she did fine this morning, and now recently, so I think her GI is settled, whatever
11.1 volts.
coyote turd she invariably ate or already passed through her. Well, I think Gail suffers a similar deal in that she eats things she shouldn't as well. That's Dale's dog. But yeah, screwed off all morning, continued to try to upload my video. Jesus, it was 7 meg or gig. And this thing that I'm filming now, even if it lasts an hour, I'm definitely going to be at a lower resolution. I am not going through that again. Yeah. Finally ended up having to go sit at the front office over there where they had strong Wi-Fi, and it was kind of nice sitting at the front desk or a gate. And yeah, got to visit with some folks. But no more huge files. 7 gig is just, and the resolution. This is a crappy camera. you know, it's a GoPro knockoff number 1 gazillion. So it would be tantamount to a GoPro, you know, 1.0. I gotta remember that I have a bad eye and not so much on the depth perception. So we'll see what goes on when I get back, trying to figure out how that works. Either I have just, you know, natural changing of the eye that happen to be profound, or the natural changing of my eye in the form of artifacts. I may need to get the procedure done that old people do. They told me it was snowballing. You might have heard me say 1,000 times. But yeah, we'll see how that goes.
8 volts.
Hear the gravel crunching in the parking lot. People are getting here early, either to work or to hang out. I don't know which. It starts at 6.
Low battery.
Alrighty, let's bring her in.
10.7 volts.
Landing.
Throttle home.
So it's
Throttle
been
home.
fun this morning talking. We're going to just hot swap these batteries out. It's fun this morning talking with, or this afternoon and this morning, talking with He is enjoying his 5 days off, working his brains out around the house with chores. And we just discussed how he needs to, you know, he had a busy year and he didn't use his RV.
11 volts.
And how I'm gonna try to link up with him in the spring, and hopefully he'll use it and kind of re-fall in love with it. But you know, normal people go in, particularly the working class, go in and out of their hobbies. So I don't know that he'll keep that rig. He might sell it. Might have too many other things going on. But it's fun visiting with him.
11 volts.
My neighbor who fell off the ladder and broke his freaking back, if I haven't reported to you, he broke L4 and L5 in 4 different places. And that, my friends, is not good. He's not, well, to the best of my knowledge, he's not paralyzed.
Telemetry lost.
His wife gave me an update yesterday, and actually what I did was, we have a mutual friend.
11 volts.
I spoke with him today and suggested that perhaps we might want to do one voice in reference to communicating with the wife
Switch warning. Throttle home.
about
Flaps up.
her husband's
Stabilization on.
health. That way she's not having to burden herself trying to repeat herself with any frequency.
Throttle active.
Oh, look at me, I'm checking control surfaces. Yay. All right, taking off. Oh, right, I mean, just right in the sun, kids. I mean, like, I planned it. Yeah, the bigger trick is keep this thing out of the trees. I've never flown here in the evening. It's just kind of a little funny to me. Oh, they're practicing, the band's practicing. So I've been talking with my pal up in Maine. He's doing real good. He had a colonoscopy, and I mean, it gave him grief. He's a cancer survivor, and had his colostomy reconnected and went in for a look-see, and just miserable. Oh, he's so nice. I discussed what happens when I get home, and you know, right now it's freezing, you know, and I get home at short sleeve weather in Florida. most of the season. So he said that he wished he was there with, and I feel the same way. Him and his wife are just stand-up people. Ralph and Helen, no more lovely people will you have the occasion to encounter. Yeah, I'm a little, not frustrated, but chagrined at myself because I refuse to teach myself how to hover with this thing, and I need to, or genuinely need to. And there's kind of an art to it. You have to have it basically tail heavy, and you know, you got to work the throttle. And I just like flying it and doing light acrobatics with it, but as such, if I taught myself how to hover, I could use it in a very confined space, and we have a confined space over there at the RV park. Man, the band at my lawyer's daughter's wedding was amazing. Had a little horn section. Yeah, it was neat. And I'll tell you what made it neat, black people. They're just lovely. They did an amazing job. I think we had like 1 or 2 white guys in the band, but everybody else is black. And you know, there's misnomers going on. I won't speak about this much, but there's misnomers going on about cultures and ethnicity. And having grown up in Florida, which is nothing but Cubans and blacks and white guys, they all lent every culture, to include the white people, lent just amazing attributes to our society. And you know, if it wasn't for black people, our music and food would be boring. And same thing with Cubans. They're just amazing. They enriched our lives. And where the BS trope of ethnicity is failing is there, you know, I don't want to talk about this stuff. Anyway, we brought a bunch of people over here that have no measure of contributing to society, and brought about 10 million of them in here without being vetted, even a vaccination now. I mean, you can't go to a public school without getting vaccinations, but they let them across the border. 2 different things.
20 seconds.
2 different things. What do you say we give this one another fly?
10, 9, 8. Throttle hold.
Amazing mega piffle. That's what this is going to be. Also, let's see what time it is, because I don't want to miss the child line. Oh, it's only 20 minutes after. Y'all are screwed. I don't know if I can BS for as long as I need to, but yeah. So the joys of amazing cultures. So every Friday for some summer months, what the good people here at the Lake Toxaway Community Center do is they have a feed, and they'll highlight a local band, and
RSSI critical telemetry recovery.
You may or may not remember me talking about this, but basically it starts out with the Pledge of Allegiance, taking off, and they sing the national anthem. Everybody stands with their hand on their heart, and you enjoy what is ostensibly 1970. It's almost like Hooterville here, man. is just so nice. You know, it's a proud community, just lovely. I can't say anything more nice about it. And it's mostly old people, because old people are the only ones who give a crap anymore. And there'll be some young people there, but you know, it's mostly old people. But it's a great way to spend a Friday. You'll buy some raffle tickets, which I won't do because I won the lottery of life, so I don't win anything else. So I'm never in danger of winning shite. Oh, shout out to the Rowdies, of course. I've said this before. If I take leave of my senses and become too idle, I'm gonna try the nursing home scene and donate time, see if I can. You know, we don't live on farms anymore, and healthcare is fairly complicated, and you need to be where you can have appropriate medical treatment for your disability, and assisted living facilities are the way to go. You know, I think I'd enjoy donating my time like that. Probably put these planes up and go grab the little helicopter and fly that joker around for a bit. Yeah, I've been watching, God, what is his name? Brian Phillips RC reviews, and aside from being a little rough on the edges, he actually does a pretty good job, other than, you know, being super proud of his 16-foot high ceilings and acreage. I guess he's trying to make an aerodrome, is what he said. I remember things when I hear people talk, and one of the things he said was, I guess he somehow has something to do with commercial scales. That's how he made his money. It's funny listening to him boss his wife around. His beautiful fingernails, though. I see her, he calls her camera crew. And I see her hands on occasion. He's been fun to watch, though. I watched some of his stuff this morning. You know, what I'm trying to do as I grow older is not be so dang critical. And he's doing fine. Love YouTube. Me and Ellie have been kind of standing down. I've been kind of semi-standing down for some days. I stepped off of a horse 15, 18 years ago in the Little Belt Mountains of Montana. We were on a trail ride 5 miles out. Stepped off the horse. The horse rotated as I was getting out of the stirrups. One foot was still in the stirrups, and the foot that was on the ground was no longer just horse height, and I'm real tall, but it was like 2 horses high, and I rolled my right ankle right in front of the guide. And that thing was the size of a grapefruit. It was terrible. Well, we're walking around Anchorage.
30 seconds.
And my right ankle's starting to hurt. I finally actually tell my crew, the guy that fell off the ladder and his wife and my wife,
seconds.
that things were going awry. And we're going to have to slow down on our walking. And I'm thinking, God, I feel like I've sprained my ankle, but I didn't do anything.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Timer 1 elapsed.
So I'm getting to the age where I'm having idiopathic damage. You know, that is no real reason for the damage. I have no idea what happened, but damn sure I lightly re-sprained my right ankle. So I remember some sage advice that had been given to me in the past, and that's get off that ankle. Get off your body part. And So I'm kind of trying to semi-pay attention to that. And I haven't been giving that body part grief. And it seems to be helping. I'm not taking any meds for it anymore. The idea is that if you know you're injured, you'll stop torturing that body part. Well, when you take Tylenol and Advil, it masks that pain and you might forget you're injured. Landing.
Throttle hold.
That was fun. Oh my goodness, that's fun. All right, let me go up and get my helicopter and I'll be back with you
Telemetry lost.
in a bit.
Telemetry recovered.
Hello everybody. Joe Pal Rome. I put my pool noodles up and we are going to walk back down to the flight line. Fly 2 or 3 batteries out of this thing, and then we're going to slip up here and by we I mean me, go buy my ticket to eat. It's funny, the mountains up here are made out of good old-fashioned granite, and there's quartz everywhere. Just met a new guy at the RV place. He was a worker for the oil fields. I've met about 6 of them in my life. Geophysicist or some such. Then I retired and came home and became a trucker for 8 years. And then he full-times. Daniel, I think might have been his name. Get out here in the shade so I don't get blinded. Blinded by the light. Wrapped up in a deuce. That's an allusion to the rebel without a cause. That's how that works. James Dean. So in Manfred Mann's Earth Band, just in case you wondered, it's not wrapped up like a douche. Yeah, not a fan of proprietary batteries, but you know, I think Renfield put it right. You can't just pinch your nose and deal with it, because by the time them batteries wear out, you'll be tired of this thing anyway. It'll be so mechanically wore out. Ooh, my blood pressure medicine works. Just about had a real quick looking at my phone, make sure some of my wife is after me. Pet costumes, that ought to be illegal. Yeah, this thing will be wore out, and we're gonna want to buy another one. Let's see if this is gonna work with my sunglasses on. Yeah, I think Brian Phillips, RC, made the observation that it'd be nice, like in some of the bigger helis, they flip off some of the autonomic behaviors of the helicopter, so you can have some semblance of control over it, more so than this, and one of them is just not being able to stop the damn thing. You want it, well, I guess you can push the button. Yeah, sunglasses are gonna have to come off on the next battery. I fly this exclusively in mode 3. I need all the control I can get. That's kind of what I'm used to as a full-on collective pitch heli flyer. I got busted for this here a while back. One guy, and rightly so, I thought this is fixed pitch, but it is somewhat collective. This is, I'm with George, just a cutie pie. I mean, honestly. Kind of nice flying down in the holler because there's no wind. Try to get a decent thumbnail out of this. So Dale posting his new project on YouTube community. That's pretty cool. What I'd like to do is get the sun in the background on this. Might have to duck. Problem is, if it's not a little slow going by, I end up with a blur. So yeah, up here in the beautiful mountains, about 3,400 feet. Beautiful mountains of North Carolina. We come up here at least a month every year. This year it'll be a month and a week. I've just paid my lovely hostess for the last week that we're going to be here. She gives us a monthly rate and then a weekly rate. And that's pretty nice, man. Really enjoyed talking to her today. Her and her husband come from, they're from Massachusetts, and they come from, like me, poor stock. And we both agreed, never having been burdened with wealth. I think I just stood on my pad. No, good. I used to be mad that I grew up poor, and it occurred to me that there again, there's nothing you can throw at me that I haven't already dealt with. So, unlike some folks who, when tragedy befalls them, they just not only do they have that tragedy to deal with, but they have no idea how to parse the tragedy because they've never dealt with adversity. Christ Almighty. I have dealt with adversity. I ended up with like 5 batteries for this thing. And the MD500, I ended up with a total of 3 batteries, and the thing's supposed to fly around 16 minutes. And I might have over batteried it. If we can get another cool thumbnail, I just need to get the hell out of the sun. Not all together, but there we go. Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus. There we go. Holy moly. Killing me. It may have been, there again, George, who made the observation that what's neat about these guys, maybe not, maybe it was a YouTuber, another YouTuber, is that you can kind of concentrate on enjoying watching it fly rather than having to worry about it crashing every freaking second. it's why I got out of helicopters to begin with, because honestly, I started sweating in my shoes. I'm like, man, I'm not having fun. This is not fun. I'm sweating in my shoes. Yeah, because every crash meant that you're going to have to spend money. And you really, you knew it was going to be either the main gear. They tend to poop the bed. And your feathering shaft, the shaft that connects the two main rotors, and and a host of other things. You try not to put anything back in there that got crashed, because it'll make it weak the next time. It's lovely. Oh, George, what a cutie pie.
What a cutie pie.
Nice. See if that shows up at all. Ooh, I almost tried to do a loop with this damn thing. Holy crap. Because I'm used to flying the foamies. Holy crap, that would have been bad. Yeah, these things don't, they don't have negative. So, at least I don't think they do. This one doesn't anyway. It's not full collective in that aspect. They're using a new kind of plastic, because back when we were flying the big Llama, go look that thing up. I think it may have been E-Sky. It was a little bit bigger than this, maybe. Dual rotor aircraft, counter rotating props aircraft, and they're limited in their ability to fly forward. They due to physics, they can go forward about that far, and you give it wide open, and then it stops. But the body was made out of some real super light plastic, and they had I don't know if they dipped it or how they made the graphics, but it tended to die pretty easy. See the blinking light? I've never had this thing yell at me, but I don't think. Yeah, I have. There's a radio yelling at you. But what ended up happening was you go ahead and coat because you're going to crash the damn thing. It's a terrible flyer. But they look great right out of the box. And it took forever to get anything from China. Just forever and a day. Off the mat. So you can't, it's hard to do things precision, because it doesn't allow you to just shut it down. Just shut it straight on down. Anywho, the plastic they use is a whole lot different than this. This is, for lack of better terms, way cool plastic. Well, this is the last battery. As I said, I'm going to go up there and grab a bite. So let's review. Neighbor fell off the ladder, broke his effing back in like at least 4 places. That thing got hooked up underneath there again. Holy crap. Now it's supposed to, I read about it, if it gets bound, it's supposed to shut stuff down, but that last one did not, and smoke rolled out of it. So we can't have that. That's the second time I didn't see that. Yeah, the blade got hung up under the horizontal stabilizer. So. Okay. Here we go. Now that may be a naturally dead battery, is what I got there. I may have simply not charged, is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, well, we'll call that. I got 2 more fresh batteries up there, but this is enough. But yeah, wife is at her class reunion. Hopefully she's having a blast. The festivities start today or tonight. Drove her to the airport at 3 o'clock in the morning. Have to pick her up Sunday evening. And may or may not bring the dog. I'm sure she'd like to see the dog. More so than me. That's not true at all. Yeah. Shout outs to everyone. Forgive me if I forgot you. It isn't that you're forgetful, it's that I'm forgetful. Kind of having a nice time being a bachelor. As nice as you can have when you and your lovely wife are codependent. Yeah. Life is good. Got another month here. Been secretly enjoying the cold weather. Rested my ankle. I think it's time to go ahead and start work hardening it. There's a place called Merri Woods, M-E-R-R-I Woods near here. It's a flat hike around a very wealthy community. And let's see if we can make that happen. I want to make sure I didn't burn anything up here. I want to try another battery. Y'all can do it with me. Since I'm here, why not? Yeah, it's a real nice hike, and Ellie, as I've mentioned to you over and over and over again, went from last year you cannot out hike her to now you can out hike her. And it just, horrifying because you love her so much and you hate to see her get old. With that said, she, if it's nice and cold, you can get about a mile out of her. Maybe. Ish. Okay, let's make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing here. No. Yes, yes. Make sure these batteries are off. Make sure my little cam is off. So when I go hiking this season with my friends, I need to let them know that I got about a mile with her or so, and we'll have to either rest or be done with it. Okay, let's hope Cutie Pie is still working. Yeah, I did lodge it right up underneath that friggin' there we go, we're still good. Okay, I didn't tear it up, so thumbs up on that. Oh. That's weird. Both the batteries are dead. I don't know they're seating properly. Perhaps in the chargers. I use a bunch of different chargers. So let's try one more here. Hopefully I haven't wore it out already. That one seems fresh. Yeah, okay, good. I didn't tear it up. I just need to make sure that I am charging these things appropriately. I ran into this before. Okay, let's land and go buy a ticket for dinner. All right, see ya.